All right, today I'm going to be breaking down my net worth as a 19-year-old college student. So, to begin, if you don't know what a net worth is, it's basically what you owe minus your liability. So, if you have credit card debt, personal loans, student loans, that's all liabilities, and any stock, cash, anything in between is what assets you own. So, let's hop right in. So, to begin with my income. So, this is not part of my net worth, but it's a little bit of context. Without context, I don't think it's fair to assess my net worth. So for context, I'm 19 now, but when I first started investing and saving money religiously, I was 16. So I got my first job at 16 at a Chick-fil-A. So far, I've worked at Chick-fil-A my entire career. So basically at 16, I was just a cashier, and I've worked my way up to a manager now. But I started out as 15 to 16. I made that year, October to December, I made $2,400. You can see my income on this right side. So income was $2,400. This was when I was 15 to 16. Probably I did chores around the house too, so it's probably closer to like 26 to 2,700. But, and also I got like cash for birthdays, stuff like that. So a little bit higher, but basically 2,400 from W2. W2 for 2023 was 28,000. 2024 was 32,000, 2025 was 42,000. So basically I've just worked more hours, got raises every single year. So it's important to increase your income every year, or my net worth would not be possible. So then also I've worked a crap ton of hours. Like I got very fortunate. I was able to work a lot of hours in my job because I work in the restaurant industry. So I was able to work a lot of hours. So right here, I worked 127 hours in a 2-week period. So I was averaging 63 hours a week. I think the most I worked in a week was 71 hours or something like that. So I've worked a lot of hours in a week. I was young, I was able to, so I got after it. So the next important thing is, if you make $1 million and you're only in saving 20,000, you're going to be just as poor as somebody making 50 grand and saving 30 grand. So, it's a huge difference how much you're saving. So that's important why I want to address it here. My savings rate is basically how much I was investing, right? And basically I was investing every dollar I made. My parents had a great arrangement with me that I didn't have to pay for my gas or food or basically any bills. Like I had several months where my credit card bill was $0. And I put everything on my credit card. So my bills were literally $0. I didn't pay insurance till 18, didn't pay gas till 18. I paid for basically dates with my girlfriend. That's about it. If I wanted to do something, if I wanted to go to a movie theater, I would pay, but that was about it. I didn't really do much for fun at the time either. I was just grind. Like I said, if you're working 71 hours a week while in summer college classes, you're not going to have much time for fun. So I really didn't spend much money at all. And I was racking in I think I had 3 paychecks in a row that were all $1,700 plus. So, which is amazing. So, final thing was, before we get into my actual net worth, is investment returns, right? You look at the past 5 years when I started investing, right? I started about October 28th, 2022 is when I'm pretty sure that's when I got my first job, was October 24th, which is the day before my birthday. My day before my 16th birthday, I got my job. So, because I didn't want to deal with the child labor laws for 14-year-olds. So it's not very good. I don't know about what it is in your state, but you're able to work 3 hours here. I'm like, that's not even worth my time. I would rather just play Valorant or Fortnite. But anyways, I was also very fortunate that my parents gave me my first car for free. I bought my second one that I'll talk about later, but I was very fortunate in that regard. But here we go. So the S&P 500 is up 77%. I'm not going to lie to you and say that's not very fortunate timing. I would not have the net worth I have today if I didn't get so lucky with this market. That's just a fact. I'm not going to be someone to hide behind it I did all this crazy stuff. I never used options. I never used leverage or anything like that. But I did take advantage of a great bull market with NVIDIA, ChatGPT. I honestly didn't know what I was doing when I first started out. So 2023 was my first year of actually decently investing, and I was pretty new to the market. 2024 I was a little bit better, but 2025 is really when I've done really well in the market. So I'm up 32% year to date on my account I personally manage. So that's definitely been helping my investment returns. So let's jump right in now to my actual net worth. So assets, right? This is going to be my checkings account. I have a SoFi checkings account, which SoFi is my main bank account. So I have a SoFi account, which is about $72 in it. I have a savings account, which is my emergency fund and my engagement ring savings fund. That's basically all that's in here. It's $6,000 in my emergency fund, and I think I have about $1,400 for that ring fund for my girl's engagement ring, which is about 1% of our joint net worth is what I want to keep in there to spend on her engagement ring. So that's what I've been saving for. Every time we do a monthly net worth update, I'll transfer some money over. But this might be getting moved to SGov here soon, but we're not going to get into that too much. I have my Fifth Third checkings account, which is $100. Then we have my next account, which is not my smallest account, but it's for sure, I think, my second biggest account. But my Roth IRA, I've started this when I was 22. I've maxed it out basically every single year that I possibly could. So I've maxed it out, I think, 3 years and then partially a fourth year. But I already maxed it out this year. So right now I'm just in VOO, VXUS, Realty Income, Grab, and Adobe. You can see the allocation right here. And it's nothing crazy, honestly. Like, it's not like I'm getting massive, insane returns from this portfolio. But because how good the S&P's done, I mean, this is the S&P 500 ETF. So, I mean, it's obviously done well. So I'm up about $3,500 from that. And you can see the account value sitting at about $35,000. It's up 0.07 when I took this screenshot. But ended up going a little bit red today. So, but you can see this straight linear growth. I actually transferred it because it was a children's Roth IRA. So I transferred it onto this account when I turned 18. So I lost a lot of my data. So because I initially had SoFi, I had Amazon, Google in this account, that all, and QQQM, which all made me massive returns that you cannot see. But like SoFi, I bought at $7 a share. I got my lowest shares at $5. So I'm up 100+% easily on those shares. And those were tax-free gains because they were in my Roth IRA. I think I have a screenshot that is I think I realized $3,000 in profit that year in this Roth IRA. So the profits are a lot more than what you're seeing here. So my next account is my biggest account. This is the Carson Fund. This was the account I was talking about earlier that I self-manage. I'm not going to go into my individual stocks too much. That's not what this video is for. It's aiming to show you guys my net worth and give you a little bit about myself. So the US dollar sitting about 13% of the account, and then I have a bunch of individual stocks. Like I said, I'm not going to go much into it. Carson Fund sitting at about $59,500. And in this Carson Fund is basically these stocks plus Ethereum. I own my Bitcoin in a different brokerage, so that's not included in this at all. So then I have my options account, which is for selling cash secure puts and cover calls. This is my smallest account. It's worth $5,449. And it's my smallest account. It was kind of an experimental thing. I have a little bit of money and I enjoy selling cover calls and cash secure puts. It's kind of like a game to me. This is like an expensive hobby to me. But I'm up about 7%, mainly from selling options. The gains have been $34. So if SoFi actually takes off, I could see some really, really, really solid gains. So here's my next account. This is my cash account. It's much smaller than my options account, which I forgot about this account. But this is my cash account. It's basically just for my credit card. I put money in and it used to pay off my credit card. That's basically it. So I usually try to keep it about $500 and we'll just transfer whatever I need to pay off my credit card to keep it at about $500. My credit card bill is expensive this month because of Christmas, but I'll show you guys that later, the whole process. But right now it's just sitting on cash, which it always is just all in cash. So and then we have my Bitcoin. I'm closing in on $3,000 in Bitcoin. I'll probably hit that early January or February, probably January, because I buy $10 a day. I buy $10 a day on green days and $15 a day on red days. So this has been growing dramatically. This was one of my big goals for 2025. I've been stacking enough Bitcoin to really, really make a sizable position in my portfolio. So I'm really happy with this amount of Bitcoin I own. My goal was 0.3. I'll probably hit that tomorrow. So I think I should hit my end of the year goal, especially if it's a red day. I'm using it by $15. So we'll see what Bitcoin does, but hopefully I'm hitting that 0.03 or 3% of one Bitcoin, which is pretty good. Then this is my optional stuff. I don't personally include in my net worth, but I think it's good to talk about, good for transparency's sake. My estimated value on my car is about $9,000. I drive a 2020 Kia Forte GT. I bought it. My dad sold it to me at a discount. It's his old car. It had 108,000 miles, and I paid $5,000 cash. So it was worth about 10 grand at the time. Since then, I've had it for a little over a year, and it's depreciated probably about $1,000. I use ChatGPT for this. Probably is not the most accurate, but $9,000 is pretty fair because their estimated was like 9,000 to 12,000. So, I mean, a lot of the miles are highway miles. I probably could get 10,000 easily for it. So I'm just going to do 9,000 for this, but once again, not including in my net worth, so it's not super important. Then I have a TSOT Powermatic 80 Gentleman, which is basically as a $500 value. This was I wanted a nice watch for graduation, so I picked up this guy. My parents got it for me as my graduation gift. It's basically my class ring because my brother got a class ring, so it was only fair if they got me that, in their eyes at least. So now is my liabilities. I only have one liability, and it's my credit card. I call it credit card debt, but it's not really debt. As you can see, I can clearly pay it off. And I will clearly pay it off once the January 24th comes in. I want to take as much advantage of the interest I'm earning on that cash that's available. So here's the credit card. I have $967, which is not a normal month for me at all. This is a very, very high spend month for me. For a little bit of context, normally I'm spending like $200 to $300 a month. So $967 is a crazy amount of money for me. But it's because of Christmas. And also I split a $500 Lowe's gift card on here. So, and my brother gave me $250 of that. So this is really closer to $750. So it's not nearly as bad. So here's the full breakdown. SoFi Bank, $7,500. Roth IRA is $35K. The Carson Fund, which is $59,000. Options account, which is $5,500. My cash account, which is $556. My River/Bitcoin account, which is $2,800. And then here's my credit card debt of $967. So that brings my total net worth to $110,000 and $242. So it's pretty good. And then I just want to go over my goals for 2026 a little bit. Basically, I want to hit $100,000 on my Carson Fund. I want to keep adding to Bitcoin, especially if the price stays low, and hit a total net worth of $150,000. It's going to be tough, speaking that it's about $1,500 bi-weekly, which if you do the math is like 40-ish grand a year probably. So it'll be tough to hit, but I think I can hit $150,000 net worth, and that is my goal for 2026. So I would love to hear your guys' goal going into 2026. What is your net worth goal going in for 2026? But for me personally, it's $150,000, and between me and my girlfriend, I want to hit a $200,000 net worth. So if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like below, but that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching.